Hello and welcome to your weekly Excel tutorial with Dave. Today we're going to talk about how to create a pivot table. Now you'll notice this table of data right here has a lot of information in it, and we're going to be able to pivot that data very quickly in the pivot table. So what I want to do first is I want to go to the Insert ribbon and click on Pivot Table here. So if I click on Pivot Table, it's actually going to bring up this Create Pivot Table wizard. It's going to assume that the range I want is this entirely connected piece. So what that means is if I insert a row here, if I have this blank row here and I just select a cell, it's actually not going to assume that these pieces of the table are actual entries. So what I need to do is I can highlight this and select pivot table and it'll capture everything, or I can make sure that my data has no gaps in it and I can select just a single cell. So what I do now is I get to choose, after the data source is in, I get to choose where I want this new pivot table. I can actually put it right here, and I can put it in this sheet itself, but just for sanity's sake, let's put it in a new worksheet. So this pivot table is blank currently, and this pivot table field list is everything that's in that table. All of the data gets put in. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to figure out what question we want to answer now. So what I want to answer is what salesperson has made the most sales. So what I'll want to do is I'll put the salesperson in this row label here, and then I'll put the total, which is the total amount of sales for each invoice, is right here. So that way I can find that Andrew has the least sales and Susan has the most sales. However, maybe that's not what I want. Maybe I want who has made the most number of sales. So I can actually go in a few ways on this particular one, but invoice number seems to be a good one. So now it has count of invoice numbers. Susan has 8 invoices where everyone else has sold 4. So that's how you create a pivot table, and this is how you actually maneuver it. What you also can do is you can have dates, so you can actually put this column label. Column label pops up right here on top, and then you can put a value in this values column. So what you can do here is you can actually move salesperson into date. Now you've got on the 19th of March, Andrew and Susan both made sales, and that is the subtotal, and this is the subtotal for the 20th where Jerry and Jesse made sales. You can also maneuver these around, and you can put them in the row labels, and they look a little bit more clean in this particular example. And you can also simply move this information around. So the salesperson with the totals, I can also change the value field settings here to be the count of these total values, or it can be the average or the maximum. So who's made the biggest sale is an interesting question, where Jerry has made the largest sale, even though Susan has sold 8, whereas he has sold 4, and Susan also has made the most in sales. So as you can see, we can answer a lot of questions very quickly with just one pivot table. If you found this video helpful, if you like this video, please subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or send me a message and I'll get back to you. Thank you.